Hello there everyone, and welcome to day 27 of the MBD Month of Mindset Challenge. Today's challenge is all about being spontaneous, and you know what, the less information I give on that one the better, because quite frankly the one thing that stops most people from doing this one is getting stuck up here and overthinking it, and whoa, I actually didn't even totally plan that. And not just doing something spontaneous, but that little weird noise I just made then was actually it. I genuinely did not plan that when I started recording this video, and wondering whether I instantly regret it now or not, but who cares. So the idea is about doing something spontaneous. This idea first came to me a few years back when I was sat reading a book on holiday, and I realised that we just work on patterns. You know, we were an all-inclusive resort at the time. And the pattern we'd obviously work on that was we'd essentially get up. Some days we'd go to the gym, most days we wouldn't. You'd go for breakfast, and then you'd get a place by the side of the pool, stay there until lunch, and then go for lunch, and then in the afternoon maybe go to the bar. And basically it was just, we go on this whole lather, rinse, repeat thing. And actually we can, forget holidays for a second. We can be a little bit like that in our day-to-day life. We do the same things, we do the same routines, and eventually we build these routines because we want something to make our life easier. We want our lives to be more effortless. But eventually we get into a situation where the routines control us and we feel stagnated. One of the base human needs is the need for novelty. The need for familiarity is also there, and we each have those two things in this sort of continuum, and how novel an existence you would like versus your next door neighbour can be very, very different. But we all have that need for novelty, that need for something kind of new and exciting. And we can actually, that doesn't have to be like a big holiday or buying a fancy car or anything like that. It can literally just be doing something random in the space of your day. And while I was reading this book, I just decided out of the blue, do not know where it came from, but I decided to just put the book down and go for a mindful walk. And it was a nice clean pool area, so I went without my sandals, and I kind of just felt the different textures of the tiles and stuff, and I stepped on a little bit of grass, and I had a random mindful walk in the middle of a holiday, which is not something I've ever done before, and I'm not even sure if I've ever done it since, but it was just a really nice thing to do, to just break out of that routine. So you can, this doesn't mean that you have to do something huge. It's just about doing something out of the ordinary. The one that I used to do is randomly, I'd just, stand up at random points in the day, because, you sat at the desk. It's nice to just stand up. And the other one I'd randomly do just every now and then is just jump up and shout, "Hey Macarena." That became such a thing that I'd do so often that it almost stopped being spontaneous, and it became, in its own way, a little part of the routine. So what we do is we just do these things to mix it up, just to prove to ourselves that we can, just to have that little bit of spontaneity and excitement in your day. It's nothing any more or less than that, really. It's this isn't really a deeply profound challenge. It's just, prove to yourself that you can break free of this, and you can break free of any of your other habits. And because every single one of our habits comes from consciously deciding to do something different, and the spontaneous thing is a great way to demonstrate that. So that's it, and I'll be back tomorrow with day 28, is it?